Listen. If you want to change your life, don't announce it. Don't post about it. Don't tell your friends, your family, or anyone else. Disappear. Vanish into your routine, into the gym, into the books, into your grind. 6 months. That's all it takes to shift the entire trajectory of your life, if you're serious. The reason most people stay average isn't because they lack talent. It's because they keep getting distracted by noise, opinions, comfort, useless conversations, and meaningless scrolling. You want to be great? Delete the apps. Cut off the clowns. Turn off the noise. While they're partying, you're learning. While they're sleeping in, you're building. While they're posting, you're progressing. You don't need to tell the world you're grinding. Your results will expose everything. Lock yourself in. Wake up early. Eat clean. Train hard. Work on your craft like your life depends on it, because it does. When you disappear and do the work in silence, you reappear dangerous, focused, confident, unrecognizable. People will ask what happened. They'll wonder how you changed so fast. Let them wonder. Let them talk. Let them assume. Because while they were wasting time, you were upgrading every part of yourself, mind, body, and soul. 6 months of hardcore focus and discipline can put you 5 years ahead of the people who are still waiting for the right time. Stop waiting. The right time was yesterday. Disappear, work. Win. Then come back and shock the world. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone talks about grinding, building businesses, getting in shape, chasing the dream. But here's the truth. Most people are just talking. That's why they never get anywhere. They've convinced themselves that talking about their goals is the same as chasing them. It's not. Talking doesn't move you forward. Execution does. Silence is power. Real power. The kind of power that doesn't need validation, applause, or approval. When you stop talking and start doing, you take control of your energy. You conserve your fire. You stop wasting it on people who don't get it, who aren't built for it, and who will only slow you down. Think about it. Every time you talk about what you're going to do, you're giving someone else a piece of your plan. You're opening the door for opinions, judgment, doubt. People love to tear down things they can't do themselves. That's why silence is your weapon, your shield. It's how you protect your mission from the average mindset of the people around you. Silence makes you dangerous. When you're quiet, no one knows what's coming. They underestimate you. They assume you're not doing much, that you've disappeared, that you've dropped off. Good. Let them think that. While they're watching others, you're building in the shadows. You're stacking wins behind the scenes. You're becoming someone they won't even recognize in 6 months. That's the edge silence gives you. It turns your progress into a surprise attack. You don't need to post your goals. You don't need to explain your ambition. You don't owe anyone updates. If someone asks where you've been, just smile. Let your results speak for themselves. The world respects achievement, not promises. No one cares about what you say you'll do. They care about what you did. So stop selling the dream. Build it. The truth is, most people talk because they need reassurance. They want someone to pat them on the back and say, yeah, you can do it. But when you really believe in yourself, you don't need that. You just get to work. You don't wait for applause. You don't need cheerleaders. You become your own engine, your own motivation. And that's the beginning of real freedom. Silence also forces you to get honest. When no one's watching, there's no performance. There's just you in the mirror. You start to see where your habits are weak, where your mind is soft, where your effort isn't real. And then, if you've got guts, you fix it. You wake up earlier. You train harder. You study longer. You stop escaping into distractions and face your own potential head on. And it's in that silence, in that solitude, where real growth happens, where the transformation begins. Look at the most successful people. They're not out there explaining themselves every day. They're locked in, focused, obsessed. While others talk about the grind, they are the grind. They live it, breathe it, bleed it. And when they come back stronger, smarter, sharper. They shock everyone because no one saw it coming. So if you're serious, stop talking. Go ghost. Drop off the radar. Skip the parties, the gossip, the drama, the noise. Trade it for reps, for knowledge, for moves that actually count. 6 months of that, that's lethal. That can change your life. You can rebuild your mindset, your body, your discipline, your entire identity in 6 months of silence and focused work. Most people won't do this. They can't handle the quiet. They need the world to notice them. But you're different. You're built for it. You're ready to disappear and come back unrecognizable. Not for revenge, not for attention, but for domination. For results that speak louder than anything you could ever say. So close your mouth. Open your eyes. Lock in. Do the work. Let the silence become your advantage. Let it forge the new you. And when you return, let them wonder how the hell you did it. You won't need to explain. Your life will explain it for you. Isolation isn't loneliness. It's the beginning of real transformation. The world has brainwashed you into believing that you always need to be surrounded, constantly connected, always available. That mindset destroys discipline, kills growth. Because the truth is, you can't build a new version of yourself while clinging to the old world that shaped the version you're trying to escape from. If you're serious about changing your life, if you want to become someone extraordinary, you need to disappear for a while. Not forever, just long enough to evolve into someone they can't recognize. People fear isolation because they've never sat alone with their thoughts. They run from silence because in silence, the truth comes out. You see the lies you've told yourself. You realize you've been soft, lazy, unfocused. You see your excuses laid bare. That's why most avoid it. They're afraid of what the mirror might say when no one else is around to lie to them. But isolation doesn't destroy you. It strips you down, and once you're stripped down, you can finally rebuild with precision, with purpose. When you isolate yourself from distraction, you start seeing life for what it really is. You realize how much time you've wasted in pointless conversations, fake friendships, meaningless validation, and digital noise. You realize the hours you'd have spent learning a new skill, reading, building a business, or training your body were instead spent numbing your mind. But in isolation, there's no one left to blame. It's all on you. And that's where the power is. No one ever became great while surrounded by comfort. Isolation is uncomfortable for a reason. It forces adaptation. It forces discipline. It forces a kind of mental toughness that can't be taught. It has to be earned. And you earn it by showing up for yourself every day with no applause, no encouragement, and no one watching. Just raw effort, raw consistency. When no one else sees your grind, it becomes yours alone. It becomes sacred. The ones who isolate to elevate are the ones who win in the end. Because while everyone else is feeding their ego through attention, you're feeding your future with sacrifice. You're planting seeds in silence that will one day grow into something unstoppable. And when that time comes, the same people who ignored your grind will pretend they always believed in you. Let them. That's the game. During those months of isolation, your circle shrinks. You realize most people were never really in your corner. They were just comfortable with your weakness, with your laziness, with your mediocrity, because it made them feel better about their own. But when you begin to level up, their comfort dies. Your transformation exposes their lack of effort. And that's when they fall away. Good, let them. The stronger you become, the fewer people you need. And the ones who remain, those are the real ones. You don't need to disappear forever. Just disappear long enough to break your bad habits, long enough to build new standards, long enough to become unrecognizable to your old self. The version of you that wasted time, that sought approval, that chased pleasure instead of purpose. Kill that version in isolation. Let it die. And when you come back forged in discipline, sharp in mind, powerful in body, and unshakable in spirit. 6 months, that's it. 6 months of isolation can change your entire life. No parties, no distractions, no excuses, just focused execution. Every day, you wake up earlier than you want to. You train harder than you think you can. You study when you're tired. You work when no one claps for it. And you do it again the next day. And the next, because you've decided that the life you want is more important than the comfort you've been addicted to. Isolation isn't a punishment. It's a privilege. It's the space where greatness is born. Use it. Respect it. And most of all, don't waste it. When life hits you hard, don't run to the world for sympathy. Don't start posting about your struggles, looking for likes, comments, or fake support. That's weakness. If you're serious about change, about evolution, you rebuild in silence, you go dark. You lock yourself in, not to hide, but to rebuild. You start with your mind, because that's the root of everything. If your thinking is broken, your life will be too. You take back control from your addictions, your doubts, your distractions. You start feeding your brain discipline instead of dopamine. Cut the noise. Turn off the music that keeps you in fantasy mode. Stop wasting hours scrolling through other people's lives while yours is falling apart. Read. Study. Learn about the things that matter. Your health, your money, your time, your psychology. Replace weakness with knowledge. Replace complaints with strategy. When you rebuild your mind, you stop living on autopilot. You begin to question everything, your habits, your decisions, your past, your identity. That's where real power is born, when you no longer accept the version of you that's been shaped by excuses and comfort. Then you move to your body. No more hiding behind oversized clothes. No more saying you'll start Monday. You show up to the gym, you do the work, and you suffer in silence. You lift heavier than you think you can. You sweat, you fail. You come back stronger the next day. Every rep is a war against your weakness. Every session is you proving to yourself that you're not soft, that you're not broken, that you still have fight left in you. No need to film it. No need to post it. Let your results talk. People will notice when you walk into a room and carry yourself differently. Sharper, more confident, more dangerous. That's what a rebuilt body gives you. It's armor. It's your proof that you can suffer and still win. And finally, your bank account. Stop pretending money doesn't matter. It does. It buys freedom, security, power, choices. But you don't earn it chasing get rich, quick schemes, or flexing fake success. You earn it through strategy, patience, and relentless discipline. Learn skills that the market pays for. Build something valuable. Wake up earlier. Work longer. Execute smarter. Track your spending. Kill your unnecessary expenses. Stack cash like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Most people are financially broken because they spend like children and work like victims. Don't be like them. Move in silence, invest in silence, win in silence. In 6 months, you can rebuild your mind, your body, and your income if you're truly locked in. No parties, no distractions, no whining, no validation seeking, just discipline. Every single day, you create a routine, you live by it, and you treat it like a religion. People will say you've changed. Good. That's the point. You're not here to stay the same. You're here to evolve so far that your past self couldn't even imagine the new version of you. Rebuilding is hard. It's painful. It's lonely. But it's the most valuable thing you'll ever do. Because once you rebuild yourself in silence, you become someone no one can ever take apart again. Your confidence is real, not rented from compliments. Your strength is earned, not bought. Your money is secured, not imagined. You become untouchable, not because the world handed it to you, but because you went and took it alone when no one was watching, when no one was cheering, when no one believed. So disappear, rebuild. Show no one. Speak less. Work more. And let the silence raise a monster. Too many people talk. They talk about their plans, their goals, their dreams. They post about the grind, as if telling the world what they're doing makes it any more real. But it doesn't. Words are cheap. Everyone has them. And the world is filled with people who say everything, but do nothing. If you want to separate yourself from the crowd, shut up. Stop explaining your moves. Stop seeking approval. Stop trying to impress people with promises and empty declarations. You don't need to announce greatness. You need to earn it. And the only way you earn it is with undeniable results. You don't need to tell people you're working hard. They'll see it when you walk into a room and command respect without saying a word. They'll see it when your body looks like it's carved from discipline. They'll see it when your lifestyle speaks louder than your posts ever could. Let your results do the talking. The people who achieve the most are usually the quietest in the beginning. Why? Because they're not worried about being seen. They're obsessed with becoming undeniable. When you disappear for 6 months and focus, something powerful happens. Your energy shifts, your habits get sharper, your distractions get eliminated, and your results begin to compound. At first, no one notices. That's fine. Let them sleep on you. Keep your head down and keep showing up. And when they finally wake up to what you've built, it'll be too late for them to catch up. Because you didn't waste time announcing your every move. You spent it becoming a better version of yourself every single day. We live in a world where everyone wants credit before they've earned it. People want to be applauded for trying. But life doesn't reward effort. It rewards execution. It rewards consistency. It rewards results. You can spend hours talking about your hustle, but if your bank account is empty, if your body is weak, if your life is a mess, then the truth is you haven't been grinding. You've just been pretending. Real work doesn't need an audience. It just needs commitment, discipline, and silence. There's power in mystery. When you don't share everything, people don't know what's coming. And that keeps you dangerous. While they talk, you build. While they seek attention, you gain momentum. And when you finally step back into the spotlight, you don't need to say a word. Your transformation screams louder than any speech ever could. That's how real winners operate. They show, not tell. So the next time you feel the urge to post about your next big move, resist it. Instead, put your phone down, pick up your routine, and get to work. 6 months of pure silence and focus can put you years ahead. Let your glow up-confuse people. Let your discipline intimidate them. Let your growth embarrass their comfort. You're not in this to be liked. You're in this to dominate. And domination doesn't come from noise. It comes from silent, consistent execution. You don't owe anyone explanations for your grind. You don't have to justify your sacrifices. You don't need to explain why you're skipping parties, ignoring messages, or waking up before the sun. The people who matter will understand. The people who don't never matter to begin with. Protect your energy, guard your vision, and keep moving. You'll know you're winning when they start asking what happened to you. Smile, because that means it's working. You went silent, and now your results are making the noise for you. That's how you earn real respect. Not through talking, not through bragging, but through becoming undeniable. Stay silent, stay focused. Let the world underestimate you. Let them doubt you. Let them laugh. And then, when it's all said and done, let your results shut them up. Look around you. The people closest to you are shaping your destiny, whether you realize it or not. You become the average of who you surround yourself with. If you hang around 5 losers, you'll become the 6th. If everyone in your circle is broke, lazy, negative, always making excuses, guess what? That energy infects you. You start to think like them, act like them, and soon enough, you live like them. That's not motivation, it's math. That's not judgment, it's reality. And if you're serious about changing your life, one of the first things you need to do is clean your circle, ruthlessly. Stop confusing history with loyalty. Just because someone's been around for years doesn't mean they deserve a seat in your future. If they're not growing, not evolving, not pushing themselves, what makes you think they're going to push you? They won't. They'll hold you back, not always intentionally, but through their habits, their energy, and their small-minded thinking. You're trying to build a new life while dragging around dead weight, and then wondering why you're not getting anywhere. That's like trying to fly with anchors tied to your ankles. It doesn't work. You need to start asking yourself serious questions. Who challenges me to level up? Who calls me out when I'm slacking? Who celebrates discipline instead of distractions? Who reminds me to keep grinding when I feel like quitting? If you don't have people like that in your corner, you're in the wrong room. Growth requires friction. If your circle makes you comfortable all the time, they're not your circle, they're your cage. And it's time to break out. There's this lie going around that cutting people off is harsh or toxic. No, what's toxic is staying the same because you're afraid of hurting feelings. What's toxic is betraying your own potential just to keep others comfortable. You weren't born to be average. You weren't born to play it safe. And if your so-called friends get offended by your ambition, they were never real friends to begin with. Real ones clap when you win. They don't compete. They contribute. They don't guilt trip you for changing. They grow with you. When you disappear for 6 months to rebuild yourself, don't be surprised if people start talking, let them. They're not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to protect your peace, your progress, and your potential. If someone doesn't bring value, encouragement, or growth into your life, they don't need to stay. This isn't about being better than anyone. It's about refusing to settle. You don't owe explanations to anyone who isn't helping you become your best self. Let them misunderstand you. Let them talk. Your results will speak when the time is right. Surround yourself with savages, with people who are obsessed with self-improvement, with people who don't complain, who don't quit, who don't waste time. Be around individuals who force you to raise your standards just to be in the room. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. Your circle should make you feel uncomfortable in the best way possible. Like you're always being pushed to think bigger, work harder, and aim higher. Life is too short to spend it with people going nowhere, and it's too long to live with regret. The longer you keep the wrong people close, the more they'll drain your focus, your energy, your fire. Cut them off and watch how quickly your life starts shifting. You'll think clearer, you'll move faster, you'll feel lighter. Because when the dead weight is gone, you finally have room to fly. This is your warning, this is your wake-up call. Audit your circle, protect your standards. Choose your environment like your future depends on it, because it does. Most people wait for motivation to show up like it's some magical force that will drag them out of bed and push them into greatness. But motivation is inconsistent. It comes and goes. It's a spark, not a fire. And if you're relying on it to get things done, you're already behind. The real winners, the real game changers don't depend on motivation. They rely on obsession. They don't need to feel like doing it. They do it anyway, every single day. You can't build a legacy on moments of hype. You can't transform your life off a motivational video you saw last week. That feeling fades. And when it does, most people go back to their old habits, scrolling, complaining, procrastinating. But if you want results that are permanent, you need to become obsessed, not interested, not curious. Obsessed. The kind of obsession where you think about your goals when you wake up and when you go to bed. The kind of obsession where distractions aren't tempting anymore because you've locked in on the mission. Obsession means doing the work even when it's boring, even when it's painful, even when no one's watching. It means locking in when everyone else is taking it easy. While they're out partying, you're building. While they're sleeping, you're studying. While they're talking, you're executing. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you outlast and outperform everyone who's only motivated when it's convenient. Look around. Most people start something and quit. They jump from plan to plan, routine to routine, always searching for the secret. When the real secret is consistency powered by obsession. You want to be rich, shredded, successful, respected? You think you'll get there by showing up when you feel good? No. You get there by showing up regardless of how you feel. Because your emotions don't decide your outcome. Your discipline does. Obsessed people scare the average. They make others uncomfortable because they operate on a level that most won't even attempt. They're not trying to be balanced. They're trying to be excellent. They don't care about fitting in. They care about breaking out. Their schedule is tight. Their focus is brutal. And their results speak louder than any words ever could. If you want to be one of them, you've got to lock in and stop flirting with your goals. Marry them. Stop posting your plans and start executing in silence. Stop celebrating potential, celebrate progress. Obsession doesn't mean you hate life. It means you love your vision so much you refuse to settle. It means you've tasted mediocrity and decided you're never going back. People might call you crazy. Good. That's a sign you're doing something right, because the masses only mock what they don't understand. They laugh at discipline because they've never felt the power of doing what most won't. This isn't about burnout. This is about direction. When you're obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself, you're not tired. You're fueled. You're not overwhelmed. You're dialed in. You're not scattered. You're sharp. It's not about working 24/7. It's about eliminating the noise, cutting the crap, and giving your all to what matters most for 6 months, 1 year. However long it takes. You don't need motivation. You need a reason so strong that quitting isn't even an option. You need a why that hits your core. Something that makes all the pain worth it. Once you lock in on that, obsession becomes natural. You won't have to push yourself. Your vision will pull you. And you'll become dangerous, not because you're perfect, but because you're consistent, focused, relentless. This world doesn't hand out greatness. It rewards the obsessed. The ones who stopped waiting to feel ready. The ones who showed up through the storms. The ones who made discipline their default and obsession their weapon. So stop chasing motivation. Chase results. Become obsessed. And let your actions shape the world.